No matter what kind of training you do, bodybuilding, hybrid lifting or pure calisthenics, one frustrating truth applies. Progress takes time. And when things slow down or plateau, it's easy to start doubting yourself. You wonder, am I doing something wrong? Should I push harder? Is this even working? In bodybuilding, tracking is fairly straightforward. You log the weights, reps and body stats, and as long as those numbers gradually rise, you know you're on the right track. But calisthenics is different. Here, progress isn't just about raw numbers. It's about developing control, mastering movement patterns, improving endurance, refining mobility, and integrating all of it into smooth, efficient motion. That's why tracking calisthenics progress needs a deeper, more intelligent approach. You cannot just count reps. You have to track how you move, not just how much you move. And here is the beautiful part. Once you start noticing the small, subtle improvements, a cleaner transition, better control, a steadier hold, that's when you unlock the kind of motivation that keeps you showing up consistently. And consistency is the ultimate driver of long-term success. I'm going to walk you through the exact tracking system I use with my clients. From beginners to advanced athletes, to monitor strength, endurance, mobility and movement quality. By the end, you understand why a holistic tracking approach is the key to sustainable gains. And you have the tools you need to train smarter, break through plateaus and make real progress over the long haul. To help you get started, I've put together a free PDF tracker you can download right now, link in the description. It's set up to help you apply everything we covered today and start tracking your own progress like a pro. You've heard the saying, what gets measured gets improved. But in calisthenics, what you measure matters just as much as how you measure it. Unlike lifting weights, where progress is mostly about adding more load, calisthenics is about mastering your own body weight. That means you are measuring a whole ecosystem of qualities. Not just strength, but control, coordination, joint stability, balance, time under tension, mobility, and how well your nervous system handles complex movement patterns. This is why simple rep counts or time locks fall short. For beginners, tracking isn't just how many push-ups, it is how clean were those push-ups. Did you maintain control? Did your form hold under fatigue? Did you feel joint discomfort or compensations? These are the clues that reveal your real progress. For advanced athletes, the tracking gets even more detailed. Now we are looking at precision. How smooth are your movement transitions? How long can you hold tension in a lever or plunge? How efficiently can you generate force without compensation? At this level, tiny technical refinements make all the difference, but you can only spot them if you're tracking carefully over time. Now that you understand why tracking in calisthenics needs to go beyond just numbers, let's break down exactly what you should be tracking and how to make it meaningful. First, strength. You should definitely track your max repetitions in foundational moves like pull-ups, dips, push-ups, pistol squats and core exercises. But don't stop there. Ask yourself, can you control each repetition, especially the lowering phase? Can you pause at the hardest point without losing form? Can you maintain perfect alignment even when you're fatigued? These qualitative details tell you much more about true strength than just a rep count. Next, endurance. This isn't just about cardio, it is about how long you can maintain muscular tension and control. For static holds like the hollow body, wall handstand or plank, track how long you can hold perfect form, not just how long you can survive in the position. For dynamic endurance, pay attention to how many clean, smooth reps you can perform before your form starts to break down, not just how many total reps you can force out. This teaches you where your real capacity lies and how it's changing over time. Then, mobility. One of the most overlooked yet critical pillars. You should regularly assess your range of motion in key areas. For example, can you lift your arms overhead without compensation? Can your upper back extend or are you stuck around it? How's your hip mobility? Can you hit a deep squat or pancake fold? Are your ankles and wrists flexible enough to support deeper movements and handstands? I often recommend filming yourself performing a deep squat, an overhead reach or a bridge for a few weeks, not to post online, but purely for your own progress check. This helps you spot hidden restrictions before they turn into injuries or limit your gains. Finally, movement quality. This is the invisible metric that separates athletes who look strong from those who are truly masterful. Are your movements smooth and fluid, or jerky and compensated? Are you using the right muscles or relying on momentum and cheats? Are you balanced left to right, or are asymmetries creeping in? For beginners, improving might mean eliminating momentum in your pull-ups. For advanced athletes, it could mean refining scapular control in front levers or eliminating tiny wobbles in handstands. Reviewing video, checking your form regularly, and even asking for a feedback from a coach or training partner can help reveal these subtle but meaningful improvements. As you track strength, endurance, mobility, and movement quality, remember to also watch your volume, intensity, and frequency. Volume is how much total work you are doing, like reps, sets, or time under tension. Intensity is how hard you are pushing in each set or session. Frequency is how often you are training each movement or skill. Tracking this alongside your progress lets you spot important patterns. Are you doing too much and risking burnout? Too little and hitting a plateau? Are you accidentally underloading or overloading certain areas? This more layered approach gives you a full, clear picture and sets you up for smarter, more effective training. Once you have gathered meaningful data across strength, endurance, mobility, and movement quality, here is where the real magic happens. You can actually use that information to reshape and fine-tune your training. Too many athletes either track numbers without doing anything with them, or they stubbornly follow the same workout program even when the results have stalled. What separates smart athletes from the average crowd is the ability to look at their data, reflect on it, and adjust their approach in real time. Let's say you notice your endurance has plateaued, but your strength is improving. That's a clue you might need to increase how often you train endurance-focused exercises, or slightly reduce intensity so you can focus on capacity work. If your mobility gains have stalled, you might need to adjust volume by adding more targeted mobility sessions, while scaling back a bit on heavy strength work to let your body open up. Adjustment doesn't mean abandoning your goals or jumping from program to program. It means staying agile, responsive, and intentional. You are asking, what does the data tell me about where I'm progressing and where I'm stuck? How can I shift volume, intensity, and frequency to better support my overall progress? Without this kind of thoughtful adjustment, you are essentially flying blind, hoping things will improve just by grinding harder. But with a tracking-driven approach, you are always course-correcting, avoiding burnout, and keeping your efforts laser-focused on the results you care about. Let's be brutally honest, real progress in fitness is slow. Whether you're training for strength, skill, or mobility, sustainable growth takes time, usually longer than we want to admit. And here is the thing, in calisthenics, where your progress isn't always reflected in bigger muscles or heavier weights, it can feel even slower. That's why tracking your progress is not just a nice bonus, it's your lifeline for motivation and consistency. In my experience as a coach, the athletes who stay consistent for years, not just months, are the ones who learn to notice and celebrate small wins. Maybe you added 10 seconds to your hollow body hold, or you held a cleaner, straighter handstand line for a few extra breaths. Maybe you finally reached a deeper pancake stretch without discomfort, or smoothed out a transition that used to feel clunky. These small improvements matter because they are undeniable proof that your effort is paying off, even when the big breakthroughs feel far away. Once you start stacking up these wins, week after week, you build momentum. And momentum is what keeps you showing up even on days when motivation dips. Without tracking, it is easy to fall into the trap of thinking, nothing is happening and I'm stuck. But when you can look back at your notes, videos and logs, you see concrete progress. Even if it's subtle, you are reminded that you are moving forward, and that is what keeps you in the game. For beginners, this can be the difference between quitting during the tough early months or sticking with it long enough to see real transformation. For advanced athletes, it's what prevents burnout and keeps your approach sharp, focused, and rewarding. So whether you're chasing your first push-up or mastering advanced calisthenics skills, remember, the key to long-term success isn't just training harder. It is training smarter, staying consistent, and recognizing the progress you are making every single step of the way. To wrap this up, remember, Progress in calisthenics isn't just about doing more, it's about doing better. It's about making smarter decisions, staying consistent, and showing up day after day with intention. Head over to the description and grab your PDF. It's all set up to make your progress tracking simple and efficient, no matter where you are in your journey. If you want more help, whether it's personalized coaching, custom programming, or one-to-one guidance, check out the first link in the description. I'm here to help you break through plateaus, stay motivated, and keep making real, meaningful progress. If you found this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe to my channel to support my work. Leave a comment below telling me what you're working on at the moment or tracking in your training. I love hearing from you and answering your questions. Thank you for watching, legends. Keep training smart, stay patient, and I'll see you in the next session.